Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
And good afternoon, everyone.
Hari ini Jumat tanggal 20 Oktober 2021 akan dilanjutkan kegiatan Amazing English Week Vol.2 hari kedua, yaitu Preliminary Storytelling dengan juri Kakanda Andi Alia Putri Ramadhani dan dari angkatan 25 dan Preliminary Speech dengan juri Mem Kartini SPD MPD. Today, Friday, October 2020, we will be continuing Amazing English Week for day 2, which is preliminary storytelling and preliminary speech. Preliminary storytelling with judges Andi Alia Putri Ramadhani from batch 25 and preliminary speech with judges Mem Kartini SPD MPD.
Langsung saja, mari kita saksikan penampilan storytelling oleh angkatan 30 of 17. Kepada operator, kami persilakan untuk share screen. Let us watch the storytelling performance from 30 of 17. To the operators in charge, please share screen.
My name is Kausar Magdis, and this time I will tell you about American Horror Story. And the title of this story is Anarchy. Let's get started. Eva's gaze never stopped staring at the empty street. She was worried for her safety and also Kali, her doctor. And Leo was forced to stop his car. In one of Elish fix the broken engine. And this is question. Can we just hide in here tonight? We have 7 hours until morning. And Leo answered the questions. Sooner or later, they're gonna find you. But you, what you want to do, you're on now. And Shane is confused. Huh? What? What you mean we on our own? And Leo answered the questions again. I should never have got involved with none of my business. And Shane, okay, you did it. So it's your business now, right? Okay, and now? So what are we all going to do? And Leo didn't answer Shane's questions. He go with his bag. And these questions again. Hey Leo, where are you going? And Leo answered the questions again. I got somewhere, sun becomes up. And Kali gave us Dogger his questions too. So you gonna leave us here? And Leo answered the Kali questions. Stay off the streets, find somewhere to go. And he said, please take us with you. Let him go, he doesn't want to help us. Tell Shane. And he say, please. And this is angry. He say, shut up, Shane. And Eva says, wait, I can get your car if you want. Hearing Eva's statement, Leo turned around and he walked, helped them on one condition. He had to get car before sunrise. They made a plan to get Eva's sister's house and get in the car. Leo said, still quiet, stay behind me. He continued, heading to the other side of the street. What is that? Tell Shane. He showed that people on the street, covered in blood. Leo, stay close. Liz screamed. Suddenly a masked man appeared in front of her. Are you okay, Liz? Tell Shane. And Liz answered, I'm very scared. Time after time, they decided to rest in an empty house and rest for a while. There were 2 hours left before sunrise. Shane said, does this house like haunted? And Khaled answered the questions, Yes, I think too. And Leo said, don't be sad. It's just an old house. Leo led the way into the old house. The condition of the house was quite unknown to many people of the likes of. And Eva said, from this house is not far from my sister's house. Leo said, okay, I will go there and pick up the car. Kali is questions again. So you're thinking of leaving us again? Leo said, oh, come on, don't depend too much on me. I have to take care of something before sunrise. You are safe here anyways. Liz is safe. No, we're not safe. I saw some masked ghosts. And Leo tell, seriously Liz? You have a boyfriend beside you. And Eva said for the last time, let him go. We can be selfish to force Leo to stay. I already called my sister to get car is ready. So, it's okay. You go, Leo. And the last, Leo is saying, thank you. Well, maybe that's my short story. For me, I know in this video there are still many steps coming. For example, like too many videos that I cut and others. Therefore, I want to apologize if 3 is a shortage, and thank you for watching and see you again guys.
Tiptoe through the window, by the window, that is where I'll be. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, and Salam Kebajikan. Now, let me introduce myself. My name is Joseph bin Young. You can call me Joseph. I'm grade 10, Science 4. My competition bench is storytelling, and the title of the story that I wrote is House. Now let's move on to the story. There's a teenager who just moved to a town. Supposedly, there's a housing where this teenager lives. There's a hub where the residents is inhabited by a witch who just like the kind of children and even teenagers. This teenager name is Janella. Janella is the child who just is most admired by almost everyone because of her achievement and attitude. She wants to live in a remote place because she focuses on her achievement, like to be alone and like silent. Janella's hobby can be said to experiment. Back to the topic of the story, Janella was curious about what the witch was doing. Because of high curiosity, Janella went to the witch house. Knock knock, excuse me, said Janella. Then someone opened the door, and sure, now there was an old grandma holding a diaper covered in blood. When you go to my home, Grandma said. So may I come in your home, Grandma? Said Janella. And Grandma let Janella in house. There was a lot of human skin hanging from its blood. Was spread on the floor, and there was a large cauldron filled with human flesh that was made into soup. Ginela was surprised and examined the witch room. There were several potions that Ginela secretly took the drug to make her experimental material and research how to make the potion. The grandma knew Ginela took potion a little, but let it. Grandma, I'm going home first, said Ginela excited. The grandma also answered, "Wait, sis, let's eat the grandma first." Ginela and grandma also ate human body soup. The taste was strange, but delicious like a beef. Finally, Ginela and grandma opened their research and kind of to eat human meat. That's all from my story this time. Thank you and see you.
Dominique et Nique s'en allaient tout simplement au Dieu, pauvre et chantant. En tout chemin, en tout lieu, ils ne parlent que du bon Dieu, ils ne parlent que du bon Dieu. À l'époque où Jean sans terre d'Angleterre était le roi, Dominique, notre père, combattit les albigeois. Dominique.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and greetings to you all. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Naura Amanda Raski H1 and I'm from 10 Science 5. My branch competition is storytelling, and today I want to tell you a story about American Horror Story, and the title is Peekaboo. One fine day, the atmosphere in Union High School at that time was filled with students rushing to go home. But Amanda was still busy packing her things in her locker. Oh, hey Amanda. Hey Emily. I hear Dan, Mia, and Leon was going to check the wall magazine because Dan want to check his confession letter. Okay, Belva, right? Yeah, Belva. Okay, let's go. Amanda and Emily walked toward where Mia, Dan, and Leon were. Dude, the confession letter that you wrote for Belva is being replied. Oh yeah, what did she say? Hey Dan, thank you very much for liking me, but I can't be your girlfriend. I'm so sorry, I have my own reason, Belva. Oh damn, I'm sorry for hearing that, bro. Yeah, it's okay, there's still many girls in the world. After that, Amanda and Emily also came. So how's the answer? Let's just not talk about it. I bet it's not going well. Oh guys, it's a Halloween party invitation. Halloween party night at Jiro's house at 9 p.m. Who the heck is Jiro? Oh, I think he's my new classmate. He just moved in today. Okay, come on guys. Let's have fun before the test. Amen. They all agreed. And then they come to Jiro's house at 9 p.m. They walk to Jiro's door and Emily knocked the door. And soon Jiro opened the door. "Oh, you're Emily, right?" "Oh yeah, I'm Emily. Nice to meet you, Jiro. Anyway, this is my friend. On the right is Amanda, Mia, Dan, and the one on the left is Leon." "Oh hi, come in." They are following Jiro to the living room. But in the living room, something's strange. There was only one person who attended Jiro's party. Her name is Kimberly. Kimberly was Jiro's old friend. Luckily, she is an easy-going friend, so they became close friends already. "Hey, wanna play hide and seek? I'm getting bored." They were so confused at first, but they just agreed to her. "Okay, I'll be the seeker because I'm a professional seeker and you guys should hide well, okay?" And then all of them were hiding. Kimberly walk slowly, and her eyes caught the curtain slightly moving. "Peekaboo, got one." Before Leon could speak, his head being hit by Kimberly very hard. Amanda, who witnessed this, is very shocked and covered her mouth with trembling hands. This happened to all of her friends, and Kimberly dragged them to a mysterious room in Jiro's house. "Amanda, where are you?" I think she's not here." Amanda felt big relief. And then haha, just kidding, I got you. At that time, Kimberly was holding a baseball stick and immediately hit Amanda's head until Amanda fainted. Suddenly, Amanda awake in school with her friends who just got also woke up. "Where am I? School? Oh, my head. So, is this all just a dream? I don't know. It's confusing. Oh guys, the invitation." Amanda and her friends running to the wall magazine. "What the hell? Where the hell is the invitation?" "I don't know, bro. This is very confusing. But anyways, your confession letter is still here though." Amanda was so confused. Like, what just happened? And she checked her phone and suddenly a notification come in containing "Wanna play hide and seek by unknown number. The end." Wow, what a plot twist. After all, we all know that hide and seek game can be a scary game, especially when you don't want to be found. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's all from me. Thank you for watching and I hope you all enjoy. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Andini Nur Nabila Rahima from 10 Past 6. I'm from brand Storytelling, and the title of my storytelling is The Others. Once upon a time, there was a classic but quiet house was occupied by a mother named Grace Stewart with her two children, Anne and Nicholas. One morning, three people come to visit his house who wanted to be a servant in this house after seeing a job vacancy on the newspaper. Tock, 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 tock.
Yes? Good morning, ma'am. We've come about Oh, yes, of course. Come in. I never expecting you so soon. Upon entering the house, the old mother introduced herself. Hello, ma'am. I'm Bertram Mills. I have two partners. He is Edmund Juttel, and she was Lydia. She was mute. And then Mrs. Grace took them around while explaining about her house. However you do, don't open the curtains. My children have a very allergic to the light. They are photosensitive and never being exposed. And then they are arrived at children's room. How do you do, children? My name is Mrs. Mills, but you can call me Bertha if you like. What are your names? My name is Nicholas. And then, in the middle of the night, Anne woke Nicholas up and pointed the windows with the curtains opened. Why have you opened the curtain? It wasn't me. Who is it then? It was Victor. He's been doing it all night. You're lying. There's nothing Victor in this house. I'm not lying. Victor, come out from behind the curtain so my stupid brother can see you. And suddenly, Nicholas felt a hand on his cheeks. Ah, mommy, help! Of course, the scream was awoke Mrs. Grace in the middle of night. She ran to her children's room, and then Nicholas told her all had happened. It certainly made Mrs. Grace was furious, and then punished Anne all night alone. In the new morning, Anne showed the paper that she had drawn before. It contained 4 people. One child named Victor, whom she saw 5 times. Parents of Victor, whom she saw 2 times. And the old grandma, ugly grandma, whom she saw 14 times. When Mrs. Grace walked in front of the children's room, she saw Anne, who was sitting quietly with her hands turned wrinkled and her face turned grandmother. Hi, what's the matter? What have you done with my daughter? I'm your daughter. Huh? You're not my daughter. And then Mrs. Grace strangled Anne and kept hitting her. And then Mrs. Grace saw in the mirror that Anne's face didn't change. It's still her child. Anne was immediately run scared. And Mrs. Grace went to wash her face and became increasingly confused and emotional. The next morning, Mrs. Grace was looking for a freshly cleaned curtain in the maid's room, but instead found a maid photo and writing 1891 on it. Mrs. Grace was very panicked. She wanted to run meet her children, but in front of the hallway, she saw Mrs. Mills look at her. Don't trouble yourself, ma'am. The tuberculosis finished us 1 century ago. The children was very panicked and scared after I heard it because they are on the stairs. And Mrs. Grace tried to calm down and ask them to go upstairs and hide. But fortunately, it wasn't me, ma'am. The intruders are with your children. The children upstairs were hidden in wardrobes. However, a few times there was a whisper of "Come with us, children." And then the door of the closet was opened by grandmother. Ah! Mrs. Grace heard the scream and tried to open the door. It turned out Anne, Nicholas, a grandmother with blind eyes, 2 of her daughters, and a married couple. And the grandmother asked Anne, "What did your mother do to you?" Anne answered and whispering something. something about pillow. Is that how she killed you? With a pillow? She didn't kill us! We're not dead! We're not dead! We're not dead! The children will scream, we're not dead. The people who were there left and disappeared, leaving Mrs. Grace with her two children who were sitting cryingly in the corner of the room. At first, I couldn't understand what the pillow was doing in my hand. But now I knew it. I was killed my children. Then I got a rifle and put it on my forehead. Then I pulled the trigger. From the window, it was seen that Victor and his family had left the house. Eventually, Grace's family escaped their situation, but remained trapped in the house due to unnatural death. The end.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Naila Mahdia Mulia Bahruddin from class 10 Science 7. In this year's Amazing English Week, I have been trusted to be my class's representative in the competition branch storytelling. With Halloween just around the corner, it's the perfect time to sit down and deliver some scary stories fit to tell in the dark. Let me take you back to the year 1968 in the small town of Mill Valley, Pennsylvania, where our three main protagonists reside. Stella, Augie, and Chuck plans on giving Tommy, their longtime bully, a taste of his own medicine. When Tommy and his gang chase them back in revenge, the three scurries off to a drive-in cinema where they meet a young drifter named Ramon, who hides them inside his car. Sarah and her friends invite Ramon to see a local haunted house that belonged to the wealthy Bellows family. Entering the house, Stella narrates how the Bellows family had a daughter they'd never allowed to leave the house. Kids would come from all over trying to get a peek of Sarah, and although they never saw her, they could hear her through the wall. Sarah would tell them scary stories. Some kids never returned home. Children around town died, poisoned, they said, but everybody knew it was Sarah. But before the mob could even get their hands on her, she'd already hung herself with her own hair. And as the legend goes, if you come to the Bellows house at dark and ask her to tell you a story, it'll be the last story you ever hear. Stella and Ramon discovers a secret passage that leads to the basement where Sarah would be locked up in. There they found a book full of horror stories written by Sarah Bellows herself. Feeling like they've seen enough, the four teens decided to head out of the room and leave the house for good, when suddenly the hatch slammed closed and they're trapped inside with Chuck's sister, Ruthie, who tried to get them out. A familiar laughter could be heard coming from the other side of the door. They knew it was no other than Tommy. Unbeknownst to everyone, Stella had been flipping through the pages of Sarah's book and chanting, "Sarah, tell me a story." Unbeknownst to Stella, she doesn't know what sort of doom she'd bestow upon her and her friends. Back at home, Stella rereads through Sarah's book again when a new story entitled Harold had manifested itself on a blank page. It was about Tommy and the Scarecrow, Harold, who looks after his family's cornfield. Said Scarecrow had come to life and chased down Tommy, piercing through his stomach with a pitchfork that caused him to start violently vomiting hay and turned him into a scarecrow himself. When the morning came, Stella and Ramon visited Tommy's place after learning he had been reported missing, and to their astonishment, Harold could be seen adorning the jacket Tommy wore last night. This led to Stella firmly believing Tommy had turned into a scarecrow himself, exactly like how it was written in the book. Paranoid with the possibility of her assumptions to be true, Stella returns the book back to its rightful place in Sarah's bookshelf. Ramon stays over at Stella's place for another night, so Stella cooked up dinner for him. When she returned to her room again, she was shocked to find Sarah's book on top of Ramon's hand. She grabs the book out of his hand and flipped the book open, mortified to see a story being written right in front of their eyes. The next story in the book is titled The Big Toe, with Augie as the next target. They start ripping the pages in a pathetic attempt to stop the story being completed, but to no avail since the writings would just transfer to the next page. The pair attempts to warn Augie about the corpse who's searching for its missing toe, but he only shrugs it off as a prank Chucky made them do. But he soon believes them when he pulls a big toe out of his mouth that he scooped up from the stew he was eating. Then he heard a raspy voice saying, "Who took my toes?" The corpse found him hiding under his bed and dragged him to God knows where, leaving a trail of scratch marks that informed Stella and Ramon they arrived too late to save their friend. The realization dawned upon them that their lives was next in line. The remaining survivors attempts to destroy the book by burning it into ashes, but it was proven impossible when the book was left untouched by the fire. Trying to find another solution that'll save all their lives, they researched Sarah's life in hopes of finding something that'll be useful to them. The fourth story that gets written in the book is titled The Red Spot, which is about a pimple-looking spider bite on Ruthie's cheeks that keeps on growing bigger and bigger. She goes to the restroom to check the battle in the mirror to get a closer look when it suddenly explodes and a swarm of baby spiders starts crawling out of it. She lets out a blood-curdling scream and starts thrashing around, pleading for people to get the spiders off of her. This alerts Stella and her friends, and Chucky quickly dumped a bucket of mop water on her, saving Ruthie just in time, but nonetheless traumatized. The group's investigation leads them to a local hospital that keeps all their former patient records in the Red Room. Chucky recognizes the room from his reoccurring nightmares, thus opting to stay back, afraid Sarah is going to use it against him. The pair, Stella and Ramon, finds the documentaries they were looking for. Turns out, Sarah's own brother performed electroshock therapy on her for trying to reveal the truth. That, in fact, her family's mill had been poisoning the town's water with mercury that caused the deaths of the town's children, yet they put all the blame on her, on poor Sarah. Chucky finds himself lost inside the hospital when the alarms are suddenly turned on, which illuminates all the hallways in red. He turns to a corridor and attempts to escape when he sees the big, fat, white lady he always sees in his nightmares, stomping closer and closer to him. Every corridor he turns to, he spots the same lady in the distance. They all cornered him and morphed into one and devoured him with its stomach. Stella and Ramon are arrested for trespassing by Police Chief Turner. The duo attempts to inform him of the terror that's currently happening to them, but he doesn't buy any of their stories. He locks them inside separate cells and went back to his desk to read about the book they were talking about. When he reads the newest story, Me Tai Dottie Walker, the light started flickering, and his dog started acting strangely. Ramon realizes that the next creature is a jangly man, a monster from a campfire story that frightened him a lot as a child. The jangly man kills Turner by twisting his neck before attempting to kill Ramon. Ramon and Stella were able to escape when Ramon tells Stella to go back to Sarah's house and put an end to her action, whilst he distracts the monster. Back to Stella, another story is written specifically for her, yet this one takes her back in time to make her live out a part of Sarah's experience of the torture her family put her through. She was brought back to the basement Sarah was locked in, and there she confronts her ghost. She promises her that she will tell the truth about her story and how she's innocent all this time, in exchange for her to let go of all the pent-up rage she has. Sarah gives her the pen she uses to write the stories down in her books and tells Stella to use her own blood. Stella pricks herself and began writing down the truth about Sarah's life. After this, Sarah was able to let them go and finally rest in peace. And that is all from me. Please forgive any mistakes found, and I'm sure there's plenty. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introduce, my name is Nur Afniakter from grade 10, Scans 8. How are you? My decorator always give you help. Ladies and gentlemen, here I bring you your horror story and title class. It was early in the morning. My campus bit overcrowded, and I live about how I will from the school. So I started my journey. As usual, I playing on my phone. I looked up to see an old man heading towards me on Ibiza was he stable. I sit to light because and scatter fast but he breathed in. I stopped to wonder if something was wrong. He walked to me and said, "Don't worry, I won't harm you." I immediately felt confused. I don't know what to think. I just looked at him with a frightened and confused expression. I mustered up the courage to tell him I was late for class and had to go. But before I could say anything, I had to say, "Get off the grass," looking down, stepping towards the road and onto the grass and stepped slowly. And he said, "You don't want to step on the roots and get your so dirty now." Can he lift his finger and ask what my name is? I told him and he replied, "Don't worry, I won't harm you." This hand kill rushed down my body, but again, but before I could say anything, the man said, "Get off the grass. You don't want to step on inside or get you so dirty." No, I looked down to see that I was better on the ground. Again, this will be deja vu. He asked my name one more time. I called my name again, but he cut me off before I could finish. He said, "It's on the way. I need cash money." I said, "I have no cash, no change or anything." Said all about her kept asking again, and I gave the same answer finally. I headed to my school. It's my turn to see if he's still around, but he's gone. As I walked around the crossroad, there was a true by his side. Sekian, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello everyone, my name is Indira Amalia Amanda and I'm from 10 Social Class and I'm from branch Storytelling. Today, I will tell you a story about Piggy the Slaughters. In 1994, there's an accident in Westfield High School. All kids are scared, terrified because they heard gunshots from the hallway. Some of kids, they are inside the library when they hear 2 gunshots. The stoner entered the library. His hands are wet with someone else's blood. The stoner say, "Somebody shooting up the school. He's shooting people." And then he builds a barricade with a chair and a book cart. They hear footsteps approach, heavy boots on the hallway. The footsteps stop and the door shakes. But there's another unlocked door. The librarian presses his body against the threshold, but his weight is not enough. Then the gunman fires 3 times into the door. The bullet hit the librarian and he falls. After the school shooting tragedy, Tate sits on his bed. The door bangs open. The police are dressed for a firefight. All laser on their guns pepper the black of his shirt with red dots like little bloody bullet holes. He stands and puts his hand up and then makes his right hand into a shape of a pistol. He puts a finger like a barrel to his temple. He stared at them with a dark, hypnotic eyes and make a sounds like gunshot, like this. Kaboom! Time skip to 2011. Violet Harmon starts searching on web for information about Westfield High massacre and find the list of victims and take picture as a shooter. After searching for an information, Violet finds out that Tate Langdon is a suspect in school shooting dead. She freaks out and went to downstairs searching her mom, but instead she meets Tate's mom. Tate's mom introduced Violet to a gloomy girl named Billie Dean Howard, that gift medium. She believed that Dee and Billie can help Violet. At first, Violet didn't believe. She think it's a trap to set her up. But Billie start holding her hand and say, "Who is Mary? She wants to talk to you." Violet start to flashback about her grandmother Mary, and she start to cry and leave both of them in the kitchen. Due to economic problems, Violet's father returns home to treat his frightened patient with the legend of pig-headed man who slaughters people when he repeats certain spells into the mirror. Ben, new patient, Derek, is terrified of urban legends, and one of them is Piggy Man, a pig butcher from Chicago in 1893. He wore a pig mask while slaughtering them. The pig tore him apart after accident, and his former customers were dismembered. He can be conjured by anyone saying, "Here, piggy pig, here, piggy pig pig," into mirror. And Ben tells Derek to conquer his fear by shaving in front of the mirror. Short story, after Derek meets Ben, he go home and try to call the piggy man in his own bathroom. Nothing happens, but sadly and ironically, he dies when an overweight robber hiding behind the shower curtain believes that Derek is aware of his presence and shoot him in the head. Alright, that's it. A story from American Horror Story Season 1 Episode 6. Thank you for all of your attention. I hope you enjoy my story.
That was a performance for preliminary storytelling. Nah, sebelum beralih ke acara selanjutnya, mungkin dari Kak Hechal sebagai juri kita nih di storytelling bisa beri tanggapan terhadap penampilan adik-adik tadi, Kak.
Iya. Halo Kak Hecha.
Halo Kak Hechal. Assalamualaikum, Kak.
Hello guys, Waalaikumsalam. Thank you for having me as the Education for Storytelling branch, and thank you MC for the chance. Maybe I'll start with the first one. So the first contestant of storytelling branch is from Science 3. Okay, it's Kautsar Magdis. So from here, I see your performance is kind of plain and a little bit bland, which I'm going to assure that your grammar was great. So I give it 6, and vocabulary I give it 5, and for your stage interpretation I will give it 7, because there were several times you take more than 2 videos. You take many other places. So I will give it 7. And for your pronunciation, I will give it 5 because I liked it. And for eye contact, sometimes you unable to see the camera right because you often to got you often got other things to see beside the camera. And for your costume, I give it 1 because I'm so sorry. I need to see an effort for the costume. And for the equipment, you got no equipment, so I'll give it 1. And for your expression, there were sometimes you have no expression when you want to say text or even to say in the conversation. So I'll give it 3. And for the language, I'll give it 2. Okay. And for the next contestant is from Science 4, Jocelina Febrin. For the grammar, I give it 6, same as before. The vocabulary, same. I give it 5. And stage interpretation, I give it 7. Because, again, it was very plain. And I hope there will be other spicy things you got, but it wasn't very, I got the sauce on that. So I give it 7. And for the pronunciation, it's just the same as before. It's 5. And for the eye contact, I give it 4. And for the costume, there's no effort on that too. So I give it 1. Equipment, either I give it 1. For the expression, it was so bland, but it's okay. Sometimes when it's come to the conversation, you have other expression with else than give the narrator perspective. So I give it 2. And for the body language, I give it 2. And oh, I'm so sorry. For the intonation and punctuality of times, for Jocelina and Kautsar, I give it 4 and 3. And the next contestant is from Science 5th. It was Naura Amanda Reski. For the grammar, I give it 6. It just was the same as before. Vocabulary, same, 5. Stage interpretation, I got some of the sauce because you have the opening for yourself. So it was 6-10. But either there's some other things to improve, like you have got the chance to take the video only for 1 take. There's no chance for take another take. That's what I meant. So for the pronunciation, I give it 6 because it was having other improving when I see the text on the between the video and you gave me, it was kind of likely different. So I like it. You got to improve some other character text. And for the eye contact, I give it 4. For the custom, I'll give it 3 because it kind of suitable with your opening. And for the equipment, I give it 1 because you have no equipment. For the expression, I give it 4. And for the body language, I give it 4. Intonation, I give it 5. Punctuality of time, I give it 5 because it was perfect 6 minutes and almost 7 minutes. For other content, it was Andini Nurna Science 6. For the grammar, oh my god, this is, I think, the best preliminary. I'm sorry for prelim contestant. So the grammar is 7, solid 7. It was good. Vocabulary 6, and your stage interpretation is 19. I give it 19 because you take other videos beside 1, so I just give it. I cut it some points on that, and overall it was good. But you have have to edit some more spicy things and don't take too much videos. Don't take too much videos. For your pronunciation, I give it 7. I contact 5. Custom 4. I like it the right one. Equipment, you get some equipment, and when I compare to other contestant, you're the only contestant you have equipment. So I give it 3. Expression, I give it 6. Body language, I give it 6. Intonation, I give it 7. And punctuality of time, I give it 5. Okay. For the next one is Naila Mahdia Mulia. She's from Science 7. I loved your voice. I really loved your voice. For grammar, I give it 8 because it was so pleasing. Vocabulary 8 because it was either so pleasing to hear your voice. I really want to sleep on them. For your stage interpretation, I give it 11 because you only stand in there telling us a story without any conversation on it. I think it was the minus thing from your storytelling. For your pronunciation, I give it 8 again because it was so good. But I hope you got more practice on it on your stage interpretation. From the next is your eye contact. I give it 4. Costume, I give it 2. Equipment, you have no equipment at all, so I give it 1. For your expression, I give it 3. Body language, I give it 3. Intonation, I give it 5 because the main focus on your storytelling is your voice, but not your stage performance. So that was the minus. And punctuality of time, I'm sorry, I give it 1 because you overlap the time. Okay, so the next one is Nurafni Akbar. She's from Science 8. For the grammar, I give it 6. Vocabulary 5. Stage interpretation, I give it 3. Pronunciation, I give it 4. This is too bad for me because you're only sitting in the chair and reading the text without any expression at all. It's like you're giving us some story without any spicy things on it. And for eye contact, you don't even see the camera even once. That's too shame on it. Custom, I give it 1. Equipment, you got no equipment, so I give it 1. Expression, either you have no expression, I give it 1. For the body language, you had no hand gesture on it, I give it 1. For intonation, I give it 3. And for your punctuality time is 1 because it don't reach the 5th minute as the rules that the committee give. And the last one is Indira Amalia from IPS. The grammar, I will give 6. Also, I like your voice tone, which I'm going to give you vocabulary 5. But sadly, you're sitting too for your performance. Meanwhile, I hope that you can stand or giving us some performance, but you just stand. You're just sitting in front of the camera. So I give it 3. For your pronunciation, I give it 6. Eye contact, I give it 2 because sometimes you have read the text in beside the camera. I notice it. And for the custom, I give it 1 because I only see your hijab. And for the equipment, I give it 1 because there's no equipment. Expression also, I will give 1 because there's the hook line that I noticed when you put your hands like boom like this. There's no expression on it. Meanwhile, I hope that you gave us some expression, but you you give not expression to us. And for the body language, I give 1. Intonation, I give it 4. And punctuality of time, I give it 3. Okay, maybe that's it for all the contestants because 3 other classes don't submit the text or the videos. I give it back to the MC. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kak Echal. Oke, langsung kita langkah ke acara selanjutnya, yaitu preliminary speech. Langsung saja mari kita saksikan penampilan oleh angkatan 29 of 17 kepada operator. Kami persilakan untuk share screen. Thank you very much for Kak Echal. That was amazing performance for preliminary storytelling. The next occasion is preliminary speech. Let us watch the performance from 29 of 17. The operator in charge, please share screen.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon honorable judges and audience. My name is Filzana Fila Ilmi and I'm representative. On this occasion, allow me to deliver my speech where the topic will Halloween culture destroy local wisdom in Indonesia. In various places around the world, on October 31st, it is synonymous with the Halloween celebration, including in Indonesia. Many tourist attractions and Halloween-themed events. Doni Zustiantoro, a cultural expert who is a lecturer in Japanese literature study program Semarang State University, said that at first Halloween was a Christian tradition that was held on the night of the October 31st to commemorate the saints and martyrs, deceased believers who have passed away. Actually, this ritual Halloween rite is religious in nature, but it is getting more and more deviated from here, and eventually it becomes secular. And now, people celebrate Halloween just to compete in wearing scary costumes, such as ghosts and monsters. Does that mean people who have died turn into ghosts like in the movie? Of course not. The management of the Archipelago Art and Culture Committee of Central Java province explained that in the context of Indonesian culture, especially Java, to commemorate the day of someone dead, people usually hold celebration. This tradition is carried out to pray and remember the service of the deceased. When inviting people to attend the celebration, the host will also give a blessing containing rice and side dishes. If we see in Hollywood movies, people celebrate Halloween to the point of the dressing up in a scary costume and knocking on their neighbor doors to scare them while shouting, "Trick or treat." The goal is just to get some candy seeds and sweet treats. The inclusion of the Halloween culture in Indonesia cannot be separated from the influence of the globalization. Such massive penetration of Western culture makes any culture that comes from Western culture will be quickly absorbed into other culture. Regarding culture, this relates to cultural capital and popularity favored by the community. Moreover, on the internet and social media today, even in various parts of the world are spreading very quickly. I see their influence is not significant on Indonesian culture in general. According to him, young people just celebrate Halloween in certain places, such as in public places, cafes, or the roadside. They gather there wearing costume because they show Western culture. So what is show in mostly demons from there, such as Dracula, demon inside, and the like. In this era of image-laden social media, various celebrations are just for for fun. People just get together, wear certain costume and upload them to social media. On social media, with that goal, many people are now doing whatever to text image themselves on social media. Saying the inclusion of the Halloween culture in Indonesia, I think we don't need to worry too much about the responding Western culture as long it doesn't have direct negative impact. Halloween is not Indonesian culture and may not be in line with the culture of this nation. And history has proven that Indonesia has a strong cultural resilience. Our cultural identity and distinctiveness will not fade just because of Halloween. Um, Maybe that's all for my speech for this opportunity, more or less. Please forgive me so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Honorable judges, respected audience, and everyone here today, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I would like to thank you, Almighty God. It is because of him we are able to attend this contest. Secondly, salawat and salam always be delivered to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who had brought us from the darkness to this bright modern era we live in today. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Nafshafira Zahira, and I am from 11th Science 2. Well, when I was a child, every morning it felt as if it wasn't accompanied by a cartoon. Every breakfast must be accompanied by cartoons, such as Dora the Explorer, SpongeBob SquarePants, and others. Not infrequently, I watch cartoons with Halloween episodes. For me, Halloween episodes was a little scary, but fun, and which is definitely unique and interesting. And at the time, I just found out that Halloween is a horror-themed celebration. There are fun games, lots of gifts, and a celebration that everyone is happy about the day. But what exactly is Halloween? Ladies and gentlemen, Halloween construction of All Hallows Eve, a holiday observed on October 31st, the evening before All Saints or All Hallows Day. The celebration marks the day before the Western Christian feast of All Saints and initiates the season of All Hallowtide, which lasts 3 days and ends with All Souls Day. In much of Europe and most of North America, observance of Halloween is largely non-religious. Halloween is celebrated on Sunday, October 31st, 2021. Halloween is now increasingly worldwide and is celebrated in many countries. Indonesia is no exception. Halloween culture has spread to Indonesia as technology and education advances in the era of globalization are triggers for cultural exchange in countries around the world. We can learn about cultures from all over the world only through the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, in the era of globalization, social media is like all of life that we have to live like running daily life. With social media, we can easily find out or follow trends that occur in the country or abroad. Not a few people follow the Halloween trends to get nothing but thumbs up on social media. With the goal, many people who do whatever it takes to image themselves on social media. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't need to worry too much about responding the Western culture, as long as it doesn't have a negative impact, direct negative impact. Halloween celebration is indeed not a native Indonesian culture. Along with globalization, is it wrong if we join in celebrating it? Even though we don't have Halloween cultural roots, but in my opinion, it's only natural as long as it doesn't deviate and harm other people. However, there is still a negative side to Halloween, namely destroying local wisdom. The presence of the influence of Halloween celebrations in Indonesia still has the opportunity to fade local cultural values in Indonesia. In addition, community Islamic leaders consider that Halloween celebrations are a form of deviation from the Islamic religion by including Quran Surah Al-Maidah 51. All believers take neither Jews nor Christians as guardians. They are guardians of each other. Whoever does so will be counted as one of them. Surely Allah does not guard the wrongdoing people. Ladies and gentlemen, Halloween celebration itself certainly has a negative impact as well as a positive impact, as long as we are wise in dealing with it. Halloween celebration itself is a religious celebration, but it is getting here more and more dedicated and eventually becomes secular. Many people celebrate Halloween solely for fun, excitement, and entertainment. For me, our identity and cultural uniqueness will not fade just because of Halloween. However, we must still hold on to religious values and not forget the uniqueness of our culture. I hope that over time, people will be more open-minded and don't just see an event from their point of view. Try to see with a broad perspective. There will be many things to be discovered. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, that's all my speech. I hope we can enjoy it. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Baik, karena waktu telah menunjukkan pukul 15.00, maka kegiatan ini akan kita hentikan sementara untuk istirahat dan sholat. Kemudian akan kita lanjutkan kembali pada pukul 15.30. Dimana untuk para peserta, juri, dan panitia yang kami hormati untuk kembali memasuki rutin 5 menit sebelum acara dilanjutkan. Because the time now is 15 o'clock, we will temporarily stop this activity for rest and prayer. Then we will resume it at 15:40. We ask 50:30. We ask that our respected participants, judges, and committee members return the meeting room 5 minutes before the event continues. Thank you.
Bye.
Videonya.
the old times when I stood by your side, 'cause now you're gone. When you said goodbye, I'm really sorry for the things that I have done. It's hard to get it off my chest. I can't take a rest. I can't be your best. I need to see you again. Can we start again? You open up the sky, I don't know where you are. Oh, please remember me. Oh, please remember me. I know that you can't stay, and maybe you can come back home, but you have the memory that you can keep on your own. You can always make me happy even when it's not supposed to be. You meant so much to me. I need to see you again. Can we start again? You open up the sky, I don't know where you are. Oh, please remember me. Oh, please remember me. I would run a mile just to see you smile. I would jump to stars just to be right where you are. And I would stay the night just to be by your side. And I would give the best to be the one you wanted me to be. I need to see you again. Can we start again? Open up the sky, I don't know where you are. Oh, please remember me. Oh, please remember me. I will be the one that you want me to be. I miss the old times when I stood by your side, 'cause now you're gone. When you said goodbye, I'm really sorry for the things that I have done. It's hard to get it off my chest. I can't take a rest. I can't be your best. I need to see you again. Can we start again? You open up the sky, I don't know where you are. Oh, please remember me. Oh, please remember me. I know that you can't stay, and maybe you can come back home, but you have the memory that you can keep on your own. You can always make me. I miss the old times when I stood by your side, 'cause now you're gone. When you said goodbye, I'm really sorry for the things that I have done. It's hard to get it off my chest. I can't take a rest. I can't be your best. I need to see you again. Can we start again? You open up the sky, I don't know where you are. Oh, please remember me. Oh, please remember me. I miss the old times when I stood by your side, 'cause now you're gone. When you said goodbye, I'm really sorry for the things that I have done. It's hard to get it off my chest. I can't take a rest. I can't be your best. I need to see you again. Can we start again? You open up the sky, I don't know where you are. Oh, please remember me. Oh, please remember me. I know that you can't stay, and maybe you can come back home, but you have a memory that you can keep on your own. You can always make me happy even when it's not supposed to be. You meant so much to me. I need to see you again. Can we start again? You open up the sky, I don't know where you are. Oh, please remember me. Oh, please remember me. I would run a mile just to see you smile. I would jump to stars just to be right where you are. And I would stay the night just to be by your side. And I would give the best to be the one you wanted me to be. I need to see you again. Can we start again? Open up the sky, I don't know where you are. Oh, please remember me. Oh, please remember me. I will be the one that you want me to be. Please don't forget about me. We used to be so close, but right now we're just finding our own rights, our own lights, our own fights. We've been through highs and lows, but right now we're just roaming through the storm in the middle of the night. Suddenly starts to grow inside me. Do you feel the same about me? Tell me why are we hurting our hearts? Are we just like the stars? We shine, then our gravity collapsed. Tell me why don't we talk anymore? Our smiles seem so unsure. We laughed and then I guess our love has stopped. Tell me why we drifted apart. When I shake your hand, it feels like you've been loving someone else. But I don't care, 'cause I don't wanna change a thing. I don't wanna hurt your feelings. I don't wanna tear our lives apart. But tell me why are we hurting our hearts? Are we just like the stars? We shine, then our gravity collapsed. Tell me why don't we talk anymore? Our smiles seem so unsure. We laughed and then I guess our love has stopped. Tell me why we drifted apart. No. Tell me why we drifted apart. I'm all out of words, I'm all out of love. But my heart keeps breaking behind you, babe. You're just like the birds up high, you take off. And I still am hoping to get you, babe. I lie when I say that I'm over you now, 'cause I still hate it when you're far. And even when maybe you won't allow, I'm still wondering where you are. I'm all out of energy and you are the remedy. And I know you hate me, but I just need you here. I lie when I say that I'm all you're far. Even when maybe you won't allow, I'm still wondering where you are, what you do, who you're thinking of. Do you sleep at night enough, or has it been too rough? I hope that we can start over. I hope that I can pull you closer. I lied when I said that I'm over you now, 'cause I still hate it when you're far. And even when maybe you won't allow, I'm still wondering where you are, what you do, who you're dreaming of. Do you sleep and eat enough, or has it been too rough? I hope that we could start over. I hope that I can pull you closer. I hope that this song reaches you, and I hope that this is the last song I write for you. Bright eyes, cherry lips, hairlines and fingertips, tiny nose, big ears, chubby cheeks and diamond tears, falling down, falling down, falling down. And you swallow them. I know you know how it feels to be honest, alone. I tried to hold you close, but I'm sorry I had to go. Drinking, and you're still fighting with your demons, and you're still falling through the deep end. I hope you're still alive, I hope you're alright. Just hold on for tonight. Drinking, and you're still the I believe in, and you're still fighting while you're bleeding. I hope you're okay, I'll come back someday. Just hold on for today. Regan. Red eyes, bloody lips, running down your fingertips, broken nose, numb ears, blue cheeks, sapphire tears, breaking down, breaking down, breaking down. You can swallow that. I know you know how it feels to be honest, alone. I tried to hold you close, but I'm sorry I had to go. I'm all out of words, I'm all out of love, but my heart keeps breaking behind you, babe. You're just like the birds up high, you take off, and I still am hoping to get you, babe. I lied when I said that I'm over you now, 'cause I still hate it when you're far. And even when maybe you won't allow, I'm still wondering where you are. I'm all out of energy and you are the remedy. And I know you hate me, but I just need you here. I lied when I said that I'm over you now, 'cause I still hate it when you're far. Even when maybe you won't allow, I'm still wondering where you are, what you do, who you're thinking of. Do you sleep at night enough, or has it been too rough? I hope that we can start over. I hope that I can pull you closer. I lied when I said that I'm over you now, 'cause I still hate it when you're far. And even when maybe you won't allow, I'm still wondering where you are, what you do, who you're dreaming of. Do you sleep and eat enough, or has it been too rough? I hope that we could start over. I hope that I can pull you closer. I hope that this song reaches you, and I hope that this is the last song I write for you. We used to be so close, but right now we're just finding our own rights, our own lights, our own fights. We've been through highs and lows, but right now we're just roaming through the storm in the middle of the night. Suddenly this feeling starts to grow inside me. Do you feel the same about me? Tell me why are we hurting our hearts? Are we just like the stars? We shine, then our gravity collapsed. Tell me, why don't we talk anymore? Our smile seems so unsure. We laughed and then I guess our love has stopped. Tell me why we drifted apart. When I shake your hand, it feels like you feel loving someone else. But I don't care, 'cause I don't wanna change a thing. I don't wanna hurt your feelings. I don't wanna tear our lives apart. But tell me, why are we hurting our hearts? Are we just like the stars? We shine when our gravity collapsed. Tell me, why don't we talk anymore? Our smiles seem so unsure. We laughed and then I guess our love has stopped. Tell me why we drifted apart. No. Oh. Tell me why we drifted apart. I miss the old times when I stood by your side, 'cause now you're gone. When you said goodbye, I'm really sorry for the things that I have done. It's hard to get it off my chest. I can't take a rest. I can't be your best. I need to see you again. Can we start again? You open up the sky, I don't know where you are. Oh, please remember me. Oh, please remember me. I know that you can't stay, and maybe you can come back home, but you have the memory that you can keep on your own. You can always make me happy even when it's not supposed to be. You meant so much to me. I need to see you again. Can we start again? You open up the sky, I don't know where you are. Oh, please remember me. Oh, please remember me. I would run a mile just to see you smile. I would jump to stars just to be right where you are. And I would stay the night just to be by your side. And I would give the best to be the one you wanted me to be. I need to see start again. Open up the sky, I don't know where you are. Oh, please remember me. Oh, please remember me. I will be the one that you want me to be. Please don't forget about me.
Baik, karena waktu telah menunjukkan pukul 15.30, maka mari kita lanjutkan kegiatan ini. Alright, since the time now is 15:30, then let's continue this activity. Let us watch again preliminary speech, and to the operator in charge, please share screen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hersa Ramadhani Aulia, and I'm from 11 Science 3. Today, I'm going to bring my speech with the title, Halloween's Impact on Us. But before I start, I would like to ask this simple question to each and every one of you. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when I say the word Halloween? Is it about the haunted house? Is it about the trick-or-treat? Or is it about the ghost? As we all know, Halloween is a spooky celebration when everyone would gather with their costume. And don't forget about their house being decorated with horrifying decorations. Well, as far as I know, this celebration is mostly celebrated in the United States. And the reason why it's rare for us to see someone celebrated in this country is due to our cultural differences. But those differences do not mean that we are not allowed to learn or have an experience about that celebration. Well, you see, having the experience of Halloween could expand our knowledge about other cultures as well. But for those who disagree with me right now, please bear with me. If you believe that celebrating something that isn't a part of our culture could ruin our local wisdom, then you are not entirely correct. Why, you may ask? Because it depends on your intention, whether you're trying to claim it as yours when it's not, or you're just celebrating it for fun purposes only. You see, when I was in elementary school, I met a friend with this girl who appeared to be a transfer student from a public school. The thing about her is that she had no idea that our school celebrates lots of things, until one day our teacher gathered us all and informed us that we're going to celebrate Halloween. At that exact time, she was perplexed. She looked confused. She then told me that she never heard something like that before, that back in her public school, they never celebrate any international culture at all. So with that idea in my mind, I feel the sudden obligation to introduce Halloween to her. You see, then I took that responsibility, I took that opportunity, and tell her what she needs to know about Halloween right away, starting from what they do, the origin, and the activities, and also why they wear costumes. When Halloween finally came, she was amused. She was amused by her surroundings. She saw spider webs in every corner, skeletons dangling from the ceiling. And don't forget that pumpkin with terrifying smirk. You see, all that gave her the taste of Halloween for the first time. And that changed her. That changed her from clueless girl to fully understand about those things. You see, ladies and gentlemen, based on my experience, I've concluded that Halloween won't ruin our local wisdom unless we're seeking entertainment only. And learning about Halloween and other culture could expand our knowledge to another level. It could help us to understand them and accept it with no judgment. I think that's all that I need to say for today. Thank you for listening and have a good day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Harsa Ramadhani Aulia, and I'm from 11 Science 3. Today, I'm going to
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable jury, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and best wishes for
Honorable adjudicators and audience. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Lamdwi Retna Ari Larasati, but please call me Laras. I'm one of the speech contestants from 11 Saints 4. So before I start, I want to give you guys a question. Do you know what Halloween is? I'm pretty sure a lot of you have heard of Halloween. For those who didn't know, Halloween is when we can wear scary costumes like Frankenstein, vampire, and many others. This celebration is celebrated on October 31. Do you guys know? This celebration begins the commemoration of the Triday of All Hallowtide. So what is All Hallowtide? It is a period in the Christian year dedicated to the memory of those who have died, including saints, martyrs, and all the faithful spirits. So why people celebrate other people's death as a festival? It is because it allows us to engage with our fear of death, of the unknown, and in the same space that encourage wild joy. It transforms the things that we dread the most into a celebration where we can embrace of the things we don't understand. So, Halloween. Halloween is one of the most awaited celebrations for those who celebrate it. Halloween activities include trick-or-treating, attending costume parties, decorating, carving pumpkins into jack-o'-lanterns, and other horror-related activities. It sounds really fun, right? So, the question is, can we normalize this in our country? And unfortunately, my answer is no. Why? One of the reasons is that this activity is full of pranks, like throwing tissue on the house roof and others. Of course, not many people can accept this joke, and honestly, including me. In addition, the idea of a costume party held by many teenagers on Halloween night wearing costumes that are not acceptable to the Indonesian culture. Because, as you know, our country really respects decency, especially for the nation's successors, namely us, as teenagers. Halloween is associated with elaborate costumes, haunted houses, and of course, candy. Still, it's also linked to several risks, including pedestrian fatalities and theft or vandalism. October 31 may be one of the most dangerous days of the year for your children, home, car, and even your health. Halloween also has an impact on the environment. What? Yes, you heard me right. According to the environmental charity in UK, 82.5% of the materials found in Halloween costumes are plastic. When we consider how many costumes are thrown away after a single use, it is estimated that the annual plastic waste generated from the industry will be equivalent to about 83 million water bottles. But, on the other hand, Halloween can be a fun festival. For example, in Western countries such as the USA and UK, the children and even adults there celebrate this festival with a great joy. This is equivalent to a celebration or festival in our country, right? So, do you also know there is positivity in trick or treating? When a child joins other children in trick or treating during Halloween, that child actively experiments with emotional and social roles. This helps in the development of feelings and building self esteem. It enables the child to learn how to work with others in society. From here, we, as millennials, can conclude that Halloween is a Western culture that we can hard to know, but unfortunately, we can't normalize. We just need to know it as insight. So, we must respect other people's culture as we want our culture to be appreciated by other countries. I think that's all from me. I want to say thank you for all your attention and for your time. And I'm really sorry if there are any of my mistakes. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable jury, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and best wishes for all of us. Alhamdulillah, we give thanks to Allah SWT for being given health until now. Do not forget to say salawat to the Prophet Muhammad SAW, the Prophet who brought us from the dark ages to the brightest times like today. How are you? I think that you seems fine as usual. I think I should introduce myself. Hello, my name is Ahmad Taralio Nisar, usually called Leo. I am from grade 11, Science 5. Today is the first day as you see me on YouTube right now, as well as the first day of Amazing English Week competition. I thank God, parents, teachers, and friends who have supported me. Well, in this first round, I will give a speech on the insidious of Halloween. Ladies and gentlemen, Halloween is a celebration observed in many countries such as the United States, Japan, and United Kingdom, etc. It was celebrated on the last day of October, which is 21st October. Halloween was meant because the tradition is originated with the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain. So back in the day, people will light up the bonfire, wearing costumes to ward off the ghosts. But now, people celebrate it for fun. So people celebrate it by wearing costumes. And they dress up as heroes, villains, monsters, funny animals. You can even dress up like a famous fiction or non-fiction character. from famous stories, famous movies. You can also dress up as your favorite anime character, and etc. So the people who celebrate it also having a party and gatherings. Ladies and gentlemen, I think some of you think that Halloween is awesome because it is one of the best event of the year. Yeah, it is amazing in other country, but how about our country? Our how about Indonesia? For me, I think that celebrating Halloween is waste of time because first, it is unnecessary and no meaning for our country to celebrate it. Because it was only made for fun, so there's no required to do it. Second, kids will get afraid because Halloween is a ghost theme event. Third and last, I'm afraid that people of our country will lose their identity as the inhabitant of Indonesia for celebrating something culturistic for another country. Because our country has their own culture or meaning, which is Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. Uh, so example like people will get addicted from something far from the other country and they will forget everything, every special things, every culture in our country, Indonesia. Why did I say that? Because international interaction is important, but that interaction cannot destroy us from our identity as a nation that has their own personality and culture. Therefore, it needs a filter, whether this is good for us or not. Such a filter that also applies for Halloween in order to protect the future of us as an Indonesian young generation. Ladies and gentlemen, last one. The point of this speech is Halloween was meant for fun, yes. So it is, but it is fun, but it has some impact to our country because Halloween is fun, celebrate because like you're having fun with your friends, family, girlfriend, boyfriend. If you have, you can use your imagination for uh, making costumes, celebrity and content creator can make contents about how awesome Halloween was in Indonesia, but in the other side, it is unnecessary, waste of time and money. I think that's it for me. Maybe this is the speech that I gave on this occasion. Hopefully, it can be useful for us, all of us, especially for myself. So if there are any of my words or my grammar are wrong, I apologize and all good to come from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. That's all from me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon to all of us. Before I start giving my speech, allow me to introduce myself first. My name is Rafael Lima and I represent 1196 in this amazing English Week speech competitions. Ladies and gentlemen, first thing first, we should express our gratitude to God Almighty, who has given us a chance or opportunity to live and carrying out our activities on these beautiful days. And on this occasion especially, I will deliver a speech with the title Cross-Cultural Halloween Celebrations, as we go into destroy our local wisdoms or actually enhance our culture insights. According to information I found, Halloween is a tradition comes from the Christians to remember saints. But over time, people begin to divide from it into traditions where everyone can wear spooky or scary costumes and distribute sweet to those around them. Not only that, people decorate their houses with scary or spooky decorations or pumpkins because Halloween is a celebration to coincide with autumns in Western Hemisphere. Now again, the question is going to destroy our local wisdoms. When it comes to Halloween's, if we look at it from the positive side, Halloween can be an event to express everyone's creativities and learning to share things with others. And by that, people can strengthen their friendships, also learning new culture as well. But if there's the positive side, there's also the negative side to it. The negative side from Halloween is that people can be very silly towards each others because Halloweens are related to pranking other peoples. That's why when it comes to Halloween, we are familiar with the phrases trick or treats. Not only that, because Halloween is a celebration where everyone can wear every costume they want according to their taste. Sometimes there are people who are dressing up very dividedly from the norms of politeness. And by looking at the positive and the negative side from Halloween, we all know that the negative side from Halloween comes from the individual. If we live Halloween as it is without any limits to it, it can be a threat to our values for our cultures. But if we set boundaries and limits to it, it can be actually and even that beneficial to people creativities. I also know that not every religions or belief are allowed to celebrate Halloween in the first place, but Halloween is not coercive or forcing anyone to celebrate it. If they don't want to or not allowed to, if there is a religion or belief that are not allowed to celebrate Halloween, that's fine. If there is one that are allowed to celebrate Halloween, it's fine too. I think every religion and belief are deserved to be respected and cherished. And by that, Halloween again is not coercive or forcing anyone to celebrate it. And according to Mr. Doni Judis Yantoro, a culture expert and also a professor from Java Literature Study Program, said that Halloween doesn't have very significant impact to our culture, and therefore we doesn't need to worry too much about it. Also, history shows that Indonesians have very strong cultural resilience, and by that, Halloween will not making our culture values fade. And sometimes there are people that are celebrating a few variations of tradition just for fun or to hang out with their friends and post them on their social media. Sometimes people take whatever it is to take likes from others or followings and create an image on social media. But aside from that, Western culture doesn't have very big impact to us. So it doesn't have to be very something that we all should be worried too much about. And by that, I conclude that Halloween will not destroy our local wisdoms as long there is a limit or boundaries to it. And it also cannot destroy our culture as well because, again, it doesn't have very direct negative impact to us or very significant change to our culture. But of course, there is also a good side from Halloween that we can learn that from Halloween people can express their creativities and also learning to share things with others. I think that's all the speech I could deliver. I hope the Amazing English Week event can going on very smoothly and everyone who listened to this speech have a very great day. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how are you guys? I'm sure that you're all in good health and having a nice, wonderful day. Have you guys known me already? Or for some of you already know me? Alright, I would like to introduce myself. Hello everyone, I'm Anina Bila Ramadhani, or for some people know me as Bilu. I'm from class 11 IPS 1 and I was born today on the 21st October 2004 in our beloved city, Makassar City. And my branch today is speech. Okay, today I would like to talk about does Halloween celebration destroy our local wisdom or enhance our culture insights? Guys, do you ever celebrate Halloween? Or maybe just seeing your relatives, friends, or even strangers celebrating it? So I believe that Halloween or the spooky season is already familiar to you guys. How do you feel about Halloween? Some people think it is fun, maybe because nowadays this particular celebration is never far from the costume parties and also trick-or-treating. But let's not forget about how was Halloween started. It was started from the Western Europe by the Celtics and was a dedication to the dead and also a tradition before the winter started on November 1st. They used to sacrifice corpses and also animals. As time went by, it is now a fun celebration in the Western culture. But however, because of the westernization that has been happening, it is not rare to see us Indonesians to have the Halloween party. Last year, when I was scrolling through my Instagram timeline, I remember that I came across a popular Telegram Insta stories. I saw that they are celebrating Halloweens, but with their friends, dressing up as monsters and also scary things, drinking alcohol. But actually, I remember that they are not only celebrating Halloween, you guys. There are also other West cultures like Thanksgiving, St. Patrick's, and also Valentine's, April Fool's Day. There is so many Western culture that has been happening or normalized by the locals, right? But okay, so does it actually enhance our culture insights? Though this happens more in the city, Halloween are known in the village too, since it is known worldwide but is never been celebrated in the village because we all know that our culture in the city more strong in here. Maybe because the fading of the culture which is in effect to urbanization and the locals who live in the big cities are more vulnerable to cultural change. Or maybe the problem might be the minimal culture education formally or even informally. From my perspective, Halloween is destroying local wisdom. Why? Because in effect, the local citizen who tends to be ignorant about the history of the event that they are celebrating, they just wanted to celebrate it in order just to be trendy, having a fun party, having nice pictures to post on their Instagram, I guess. But what they did not realize that they are celebrating other people's cultures and forgetting about their own. And some locals, I think for some local it's more excited to celebrate a grand costume Halloween party more than celebrating Indonesia Independence Day. Don't you think so? Like, here's the case. Indonesia is full of culture, race, language, and also traditions. And I remember at that time when Malaysia was claiming that batik was their trademark, and also that time when the American people were very impressed by our cultures. But isn't it weird that Indonesia people are more interested in the Western culture more than their own? Why? Because Indonesia people are ashamed by their own culture. They are too shy to express in their own way and they are afraid to be labeled old school. This case really endangers our generation in the future because who knows, right? Who knows that our culture can be forgotten or even it cannot be recognized by our children and also grandchildren. So where do we have to start? How can we fix this problem? Of course, we are going back to ourselves. If it's not us who love our own culture, then who will it be? We must feel proud in showing the wonderful thing that Indonesia have. We must also appreciate the heroes. We must also appreciate the services that the heroes gave us and who have died in the battlefield for the sake of gaining Indonesia independence. And then we have to apply cultural love, starting from ourselves, our families and friends, and also our surroundings. Guys, I really wish that my words can open up your eyes and also raising your spirit on beginning to love our culture. I'm proud to be an Indonesian. and you guys are proud to be an Indonesian too. But sadly, this is the end for my speech. Thank you for your attention today. I'm so sorry for my words that may offend some of you because we all know that the perfection is only for Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and stay safe.
Itulah tadi penampilan untuk preliminary speech. Dengan berakhirnya preliminary speech, maka berakhir pula rangkaian acara yang akan dilakukan besok, Sabtu 23 Oktober 2021. Kepada peserta, juri, dan panitia yang akan menghormati, mohon berkenan memasuki room meeting 15 menit sebelum jam 9. Dengan ini, kami undur diri. That was the performance for preliminary speech. With the end of the preliminary speech, the second day of Amazing English Week Vol.Ii and as well. And inshallah, on Saturday, October the 23rd, 2021. To the participants, judges, and committee that we respect, please come enter the meeting room 15 minutes before 9 o'clock. We hereby resign. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, guys.
I miss the old times when I stood by your side, 'cause now you're gone. When you've said goodbye, I'm really sorry for the things that I have done. It's hard to get it off my chest, I can't take a rest, I can't be your best. I need to see you again. Can we start again? You open up the sky, I don't know where you are. Oh, please remember me. Oh, please remember me. I know that you can stay, and maybe you can come back home, but you have a memory that you can keep on your own. You can always make me happy when it's not supposed to be. You meant so much to me. I need to see you again. Can we start again? You open up the sky, I don't know where you are. Oh, please remember me. Oh, please remember me. I would run the mile just to see you smile. I would jump the stars just to be right where you are. And I'll stay the night just to be by your side. And I will give the best to be the one you want me to be. I need to see you again. Can we start